great seeing you back for Devos. Okay, all this week, we're talking about being generous people. So I want you to make it your goal. I want you to say this when you pray. God, I want to be one of the most generous, selfless people I know. You see, you have to pre-decide you want to be that person. It doesn't just happen. And I mean that. So it's got to be a heart's desire to take the harder part of the workload, to put other people before yourself, to give up your me time, to do something nice for someone. But also it starts with being generous towards God. And that's what the Bible calls tithing. Look here, the best things in life are not things. I say that quite a bit. I always say, it's nice to go on a nice vacation, but I learned years ago that I just want to go somewhere where it's warm. Okay, so it's not about the hotel. I don't care about that. It's about being under the beautiful sun, feeling that warm air, to feel the breeze of the creation that is free because God paid the price for that. Okay, but it's not about things. It really isn't. Look in Luke 12:13. Someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, I want you to tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." Okay, I want to stop right there. There's some really stupid things parents do. So I'm dealing with this once again, where a mother or a father pass away, and they leave everything to like the oldest child to split up between the siblings. Don't do that. Sometimes the oldest child's not the best child, okay? I'm just saying, so they usually are the most responsible, but the bottom line is this: where there's a will, there is a war, okay? I'm just telling you. I'd say that kids get greedy. We see it all the time. So his brother's not splitting the inheritance with him. He said to him, "Man, who made me a judge or an arbitrator over you?" And he said to them, "Take care and be on your guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." Okay, so we had a family situation not long ago in one of our family members' lives. So there was money that was left in the family, not my personal family, like extended family. And it wasn't exactly split up right. Well, here saw all these people, they were arguing, fighting, and they were trying to pull my wife and I into it. We said, we're not going to have a part with this. Look what Jesus said. Even though the problem is with the other brother, he's telling this young man, he goes, listen, don't wrap your life around things. Don't be covetous. I would rather just let it go than to be publicly embarrassed. Do you see me fighting over money or fighting over things? And especially when it comes to family. I'm just telling you, it's very, very sad. Look, there are two ways to get enough. Two ways. One is to accumulate more and more. The other is to desire less. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do what every human being does that grows up and matures and they make it to a certain age? They finally get to the place, well, I don't even know why I wanted all this stuff. And they make their life more simple. And they make their life about God. And what means most to them is they want to put God number one. They want to put others before themselves. They're not out there trying to make themselves rich. Look, generosity bridles discontentment. This is true. It bridles discontentment. Look with me here in Luke 6:38. Jesus says, you give and it will be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. But it sounds like a recipe, right? Will be put into your lap, for with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. Now, this is whatever it is that you sow, that's what you're going to reap. So he says, if you give and you give and you give from a proper heart, that all of it's going to come back to you. So it's not what you got. It's what you gave. Hey, let me tell you, when people come to the end of life, they'll talk about, wow, this person was such a successful person. I'll say that at a funeral. People want me to say it. But they don't want to hear about how well they did. They want to talk about what a loving, caring, giving person. And when you stand before God, that's the only thing that's going to mean anything. So let's start that today.